Hey guys, Happy New Year and welcome to the first video of 2020. Today we're going to be talking about the recently announced film adaptation plans for Virginia Andrews' Ruby and the subsequent books that follow that. So a 5-part film series is in the works from Lifetime to adapt this V.C. Andrews novel series. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, just a bit of background on this, V.C. Andrews or Virginia Andrews, depending on what country you're in, is a gothic horror family saga writer. A lot of people will know her Flowers in the Attic books because it was made into a movie as well as through Lifetime back in the 80s as well. So, for the last 6 years, I want to say, they've adapted all of V.C. Andrews' original novels. So from the Dollangers family to My Sweet Audrina to the Casteels series. Those are specifically V.C. Andrews books. Halfway through the Casteels series though, tragically Virginia Andrews did die, and that is when Andrew Needham officially took over as ghostwriter to finish the series that she had outlined. So even though they weren't finished by her, because it was still outlined by her, it's still very much that's classed as her books as well. But I thought Fallen Hearts, particularly by Needham, I did enjoy. The other two books, personally, I struggled with reading those, but I want to do proper reviews for the books, so I'll go more into that on another video. But the Laundry Family series were Needham's first official ghost-written books that were specifically his, or one of them I want to say, because I think they came up pretty close together, his own work. So that's great that he's got another 5-book deal so that they can really explore the entire family as a unit and not have to be cut off at any point. So yeah, congratulations on that. They've already cast the 2 leads. So as you can see, there are pictures here of Australian twin actresses. So they've actually got sisters to play sisters. And I will be going more into the plot as I will read the official announcement from Deadline. So here we go. The first of the 5 new original movies, V.C. Andrews' Ruby, will star Australian twins Rochelle Bannon as Ruby and Karina Bannon as Giselle. Watched over by her loving grandma Catherine, Ruby Landry is filled with hope as love blossoms with her high school sweetheart Paul Tate. But lingering thoughts of her mysterious father and her mother's death often creep into Ruby's mind. As dark family secrets begin to reveal themselves, when Paul's parents forbid him from seeing Ruby, Ruby is further devastated when her beloved grandma passes away. Forced to flee to New Orleans from the bayou, Ruby searches for her estranged father, one of the richest men in the city, as she clings to her memories of Paul and their forbidden love. Additional films in the series include Pearl and the Mist, All That Glitters, Hidden Jewel and Tarnished Gold. Casting is underway on the movies series, which begins production later this month. Okay, now there's already a lot to unpack there, but from what I can gather, I mean, I've not read this book, although I do own it, and I think I own a few of the other ones, so hopefully I will be able to read the books before the films and familiarize myself with these characters, and I will do a review series hopefully on those books. I'm going to try to. I promise I will try. But the way V.C. Andrews' books usually focus on these characters is the first generation usually turns out to be a trilogy. The 4th book would be the um, second generation, so one of the main characters' children, most likely the heroine from the first book, her daughter, is the focus of the fourth book. And the fifth book usually focuses on the grandmother, so the sins of the parents, so to speak. I've read the first three books of the Casteels series, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. The even though I did struggle with the fourth and fifth one, mainly because everything that was revealed was already revealed in the previous books. So I wasn't as surprised because I even knew, or I could guess what was going on, and I was right. So I really kind of lost momentum for the series when I got to the last two books. Hopefully that doesn't happen here, because I did manage to stay invested with Flowers, but it might have just been the plot and the way the story panned out. So I am just gonna check something very quickly and then I'll be right back. Yes, I just wanted to double check that. So Ruby, Pearl in the Mist and All That Glitters will primarily focus on Ruby, but Giselle, her sister, will also play key parts into that. Hidden Jewel will focus on Pearl, Ruby's daughter, and Tarnished Gold will focus on Ruby's grandmother, Gabrielle. So that's also Ruby's mother. So we kind of get the full family history throughout these books, which is stories that I thoroughly enjoy, and V.C. Andrews is honestly one of my guilty pleasures. So I'm interested to read something that is purely Niederman, because these are definitely his works. We can safely say that these are his characters. He's definitely he went with the V.C. Andrews tropes of family drama and dynamics, but I'm interested to kind of just go in this with a bit of an open mind and just enjoy this, because I've read some of Niederman's work that I do enjoy, so I'm hopeful that I will enjoy this, because a lot of people have said the Laundry series is one of their favourite series, so I'm optimistic that I will enjoy this series too. So yeah, there are no confirmed castings yet. I'm hoping we get a bit more of a diverse cast, because, New Orleans is very cultural. Another thing, they really, really need to film in New Orleans. Even if it's just some exterior shots, visually we need to see New Orleans in all of its loud, culturally diverse, musical, fulfilling style, because there's so much history that would look beautiful on screen, and the architect and all of that. So yeah, we need scenes in New Orleans. So hopefully we do get that, and also some scenes in the bayou, but we'll see how we go. No confirmed casting yet, but like I said, hopefully we get a diverse cast. The two twins look promising. I was surprised that we're actually getting twins to play these characters, because usually with twin roles, one actress or actor is cast and they'll just do body doubles to kind of edit the same actor twice in the same scene. So it'll be interesting to kind of compare both actors and how they play varying characters and how they capture that sisterly dynamic on screen. But obviously it would be a much more unhealthy relationship, I'm guessing, because if I'm guessing correctly, Giselle's been raised with one parent, one side of the family, and Ruby was raised with the other. So they'll have very different outlooks on life and different upbringings, and I'm looking forward to seeing how both actresses will portray that on screen. So like I said, we don't know who's playing who yet. I will definitely keep you guys posted if you want a series to follow this adaptation of Ruby. But what we can do is talk about the creatives because they've confirmed who's working behind the camera so far. So let's have a look at that. VC Andrews' Laundry Family series is produced by Red One Entertainment. Executive producers are Tom Berry, Dan Angel, Jane Stars and Rick Nish. And the screenwriters include Richard Blaney, Gregory Small, Scarlett Lacey, Andrew Coran, and Alison Lee Bingeman. Gail Harvey is set to direct Ruby. Okay, so let's talk screenwriters first. So practically everyone on this list has worked on V.C. Andrews adaptations before. So Richard Blaney and Gregory Small are a screenwriting duo, and they did Gates of Paradise together, which I actually really enjoyed as a narrative. I struggled with the book, but I felt like they captured the book without and kept it contained within a narrative film structure. So I was very impressed with their writing as a duo. So I'm guessing that they will most likely work on one of these scripts together. Scarlett Lacey has worked on 4 V.C. Andrews adaptations so far. She wrote My Sweet Audrina, which I was in 2 minds about, but I also gave a bit of leeway because that is a very tough book to adapt. The non-linear structure and the unreliable narrator would make it a tough thing to adapt for the screen. And she also wrote the scripts for the first 3 Castile films, Heaven, Dark Angel, and Fallen Hearts. Because I'm just going to predict this, I feel like Heaven was a pilot to do the rest of the films. So she couldn't really go into the darker themes just in case they had only one film to make. So they made creative choices to avoid showing a bunch of abuse, and instead what they did was a bit more problematic. So I ironically enjoyed Heaven and Dark Angel reading wise, but I feel like the films, one was playing it a little too safe, and the second one was trying to play catch up. The third one did a lot better. I feel like they were way more confident in the third one with Fallen Hearts. But it was like a progression. It was like they were dipping their toes in with Heaven, starting to swim with Dark Angel, but backpedaling to play catch up, and then they just full on dived with Fallen Hearts. So it was definitely. I'm hoping, because they've already been confirmed for 5 films, that they will let Lacey just write, because she can write some great character moments and scenes. So I really just want there to be, within reason, we just get those great character moments, which I know she can deliver. And who else have we got? Andrew Coach Ram. I'm sorry I'm pronouncing that name wrong, I know. He wrote If There Be Fawns, which was the 3rd Dollangers film. And I actually really enjoyed how he wrote that, because he captured a lot of people's perspectives very, very well. And I'm going to say this, Lifetime's version of Dollangers were honestly my favourite V.C. Andrews adaptations, because I felt like everyone behind the screen was a lot more confident to go to those dark, uncomfortable places. Seeds of Yesterday, they made some creative choices I weren't too keen on, but we're talking about If There Be Fawns. But If There Be Fawns as a whole was a very solid script, and I am very pleased that he's back to do this, one of these scripts. Again, no confirmation on who's writing what just yet. And finally, we have a newbie, so fresh blood, which is Alison Binchman, and she's done a lot of TV series, so a lot of her work has included 2 episodes on a lot of American shows, which props to her. She's got regular and consistent work on TV, so massive respect from a screenwriter myself. So I'm looking forward to seeing how a new writer who hasn't written one of these before comes in with a new, fresh perspective. Because ironically, I did like the Castile films also, the last two, which was Gates of Paradise and Web of Dreams, because they have new screenwriters. And I feel like by the fourth one, definitely going into the third one, but when they got to 4 and 5, the production team were a lot more confident. Their budget could show visually what time period it was a lot more well, and it had a lot more confidence in the way they were telling the stories. So I'm looking forward to a new screenwriter coming on board with this. So far, so good. Very happy with the screenwriting talent. I would really want the hopefully I get this name right, Kayla Alpert, who wrote Flowers in the Attic and Petals in the Wind, for a future V.C. Andrews adaptation, because I really like her writing and I feel like she did both of those scripts incredible justice. So hopefully she comes back for a future V.C. Andrews film. But so far, I'm very happy with the 5 writers they've got for this series. And we can talk about directors. So we know for sure that Gail Harvey is set to reprise directing with Ruby. We know for definite she is doing the first film. And she also directed Gates of Paradise. I was very favourable of Gail with Gates because it was a tough one, because visually I loved what she did behind the scenes, but I felt like there were some just scenes that just, as particularly in the beginning, where just the space really wasn't, there was just way too much space in, say, for example, Fanny's house and Annie's home with Heaven. So those scenes are like, this room looks a lot bigger than it probably is. And once she got on set with the Farthington Manor, I had mixed feelings about the house. Just, I would have liked a house that didn't look as modern as it did, because I felt like it worked a lot better in Seas of Yesterday when Bart had rebuilt the house. It looked sort of familiar to be Foxworth Hall, but it also looked very different, and it felt more appropriate to the 90s. So they used the same house for the Casteels series with Farvey and that manner. So I liked what Gail did with the building. She made it look very uncomfortable, like it looked like it hadn't been used in years, which was what it was supposed to look like. And just the crawling ivy up the walls and some shots which looked really sinister. I thought she just did a brilliant job at capturing those moments as well. And ironically, I feel like it is also good to have a diverse people behind the camera. So for a female-led story, it's good to have a female director to work on this story as well. So yeah, I'm very happy that Gail was back, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing what she does with Ruby's story. So yeah, so far I'm pretty happy with the casting. The twins actually look like twins, so they'll be able to capture that Sicily dynamic as well. And like I said, just diverse casting, maybe just crucial, just make sure it's true to life, and especially the area, New Orleans, has a great mixture of people and such a rich history behind it. There needs to be a cast that reflects that. So yeah, I'm very optimistic about this, and hopefully they are confident with this series now that they know they can do all of the adaptations. So hopefully they'll be able to grab the bull by the horns and just tell the story as it should be told. So thank you again for watching this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about the new Laundry series being confirmed. Are you happy with the casting? Who would you like to see in what role? What kind of vibe do you want New Orleans to be showed as? And should I read the books before the films, or would you want me to just go in with an open mind and be genuinely surprised? So yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, comment. I really want to get a dialogue going and hear what you guys think about the new series. And yeah, I'm very happy that I had this be my first video of the 20s, and I will definitely be doing a lot more VC Andrews videos this coming year, so stay tuned for that. And thanks again, and any confirmed casting, make sure to keep an eye on this channel, because I will be talking about the book Ruby as well as the casting that's been confirmed, who's going to be writing what when that's confirmed. And yeah, I will hopefully be able to make this a proper little mini series, so stay tuned for that. Alright, make sure you get into those comments. I really want to know what you guys think. Alright, bye.